And we are live at WAFFLEBOARD Breaks. Sorry to interrupt your draft coverage in the NFL. If you're watching that, I know it's a pretty slow grind. First round tonight. Of course, we're halfway through it. I hope your team is either picking the correct guys or making the correct moves. We'll get this through pretty quick. Just one box tonight. 1 in 38 box odds. Of course, will get us down to 37 and 36 on Sunday's double box. So whatever hits tonight will be removed from eBay, and I will pack it up and get ready to ship out either tomorrow or Saturday. All new boxes so far. We've had 3 straight new boxes. Obviously, gorgeous jerseys. The Quenville, who else do we have? We had Quenville. I don't even remember the last bunch of boxes. Oh, yeah, the Sandy McCarthy. Of course, Sandy McCarthy came out. And the last box was a new box. What was the last box? You guys can remind me. I know it was a new box. Okay, there it is. Sandy McCarthy, Igor Lariano, the professor, came out. That was the Daryl actually is away. So he's actually hitting boxes, hitting jerseys when he's not even home watching. He's traveling. But, of course, Thomas with the Sandy McCarthy, and James M with the Joe Quenville. Absolutely gorgeous Hartford Whalers, the CCM Classics and Team Classics. I'm going to miss those jerseys. Gone so fast from us. Like I said, we're down to 14 from the reload. Of course, we still have 10 from last reload. We weren't as hot out the box with the last reload, but still have 10 from there. So that's 24 of our 38 boxes. And that just leaves the 14 boxes from before March. So, I mean, obviously we have the 5 from February, the 3 from January, and then the 6 from December. 2 reloads in December, 2 from that first reload, and then 4 from that second reload. So we'll see what comes out tonight. Like I said, so we're getting down to just a couple of boxes in a couple of the reloads, the old reloads. We have the oldest reloads got 2. Next one's got 4. The one after that 3. So I haven't been able to do anything where I could box them, package them up like we just did. Obviously, we had the Omar and the Keandre Miller, 2 players actually looking great so far in the playoffs. Keandre with the assist tonight. Omar is probably going to get knocked out because Ottawa can't seem to get an edge. I mean, Carolina, I told you, is probably the best team in the East. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the Cup. Obviously, Colorado will have something to say about that if they get out of the West. But like I said, our West teams, obviously the Stars, have looked good at times, but of course they're playing probably the 3rd best team in the conference with Minnesota. So those 2 teams, obviously, that went to double overtime with the win last night with Wyatt Johnson with the goal. Obviously, Minnesota played great, but obviously Dallas just took the edge on that. Of course, in the East, 2 and 3, you got Tampa and Montreal going up to Montreal for, I believe, tomorrow. We did the 3rd game in that series. Like I said, I mean, the playoffs have been great so far. We got 1 more game on late tonight. We're looking at, we got 2 right now. And then Colorado up 2-0 on the Kings, going back to LA or going to LA. We'll see if the Kings can try to get back into that series or Colorado puts a stranglehold on them. Been, like I said, the playoffs been great so far. Some really exciting, a lot of overtime games, a lot of shootouts. I mean, not shootouts, a lot of penalty shots. They're over. I think there might be 4 penalty shots already in the playoffs, and no goals scored on the 4. Like I said, the penalty shot's a little different than the shootout because you can't pick the player. The player from the infraction has to take the shootout or the penalty shot, and a couple of them haven't been like the big time scorers, but still. I mean, always got to make that save or force them into a bad position to take a decent shot. But, you're on the road too. There you go. So Thomas Emma's on the road. So if people on the road have hit our last couple jerseys, obviously Thomas was the jersey of record. He had the 2nd box on Sunday. And Daryl's on the road. He's got the box from Tuesday. So Road Warriors have been reigning supreme in WAFFLEBOARD Breaks. We'll see if anybody else on the road they want to chime in. Like I said, I know Nick was usually breaking a little earlier, didn't get a chance to watch his stream and whatnot. So hopefully he'll stop by here. He usually makes a prediction for what the jersey will be. Like I said, Thomas, you're on the road. I could tell that there was something amiss because you were just a little smidge late on a lot of your claims. Like you were grabbing spots and you were just within 2 or 3 claims behind on people claiming. So it's like I said, actually sometimes it happens when your internet isn't your usual internet and you're on the road and you're just a little bit like a smidge off. I know even Jason M. He was at a game tonight, so he wasn't able to get in, grab any spots. He let me know through text he wanted to grab a spot, and boom, it was gone. So, like I said, I can try to, if you guys reach out to me directly and the spot's there, I can claim it, but I have to have a couple minutes after the start before I can even get to that. Like Dale lets me know which spots he wants to grab when I give him a list of ones that are available. So the early stuff, I'm trying to maintain the claim list and update the availability list, and I'm not able to claim for you guys. But as soon as it calms down, even after a couple minutes, obviously Tony was pretty fast and furious. I was telling him 38 boxes. We got about a dozen different people, I think, in, so that's a good crowd. Obviously, Tuesday and Thursdays, there's a pretty decent group of regulars, but then some people that aren't here that because they're here only on Sundays. But we got James M's got spots. Greg K came in, grabbed some. Daryl, like I said, on the road, but he grabbed some. Thomas, you're on the road and you grabbed some. We got father, son, Brett and Jake G both grabbed some spots. Ty, welcome, Ty. We haven't seen you a little bit. I mean, semi-regularly, but Ty came in and grabbed some good spots tonight. Let me see. Dale grabbed some. Oh, we got, let me see. We do have a couple left. Let me post those up here if anybody wants to grab them. Let me get those up onto the thing. Okay. Let me get, they're cheap already. Let me do $1 off. I can. 3. Okay, where am I doing? Let me get this up here. Okay. Where you're going to be able to find a jersey spot for $3. You're not going to find them. I can't imagine there's anywhere you can get a licensed jersey spot for $3. And even better, we got a licensed jersey spot for $4. So that's as good as you're going to find pretty much anywhere you go. I can't remember last time I was in a break where I saw licensed spots for $3 or $4. That's especially with 1 in 38 box odds. Like I said, I remember being in breaks with 70 plus jerseys, and I think 4 or 5 was the lowest I ever saw spot prices. But 3 and 4 is pretty insane. I mean, it's worth it just to have 4 hit, but we'll leave them if anybody wants to grab them. I just won't. We're not gonna wait too long. I'm not gonna make you guys sit around waiting to fill those spots, but they're there if anybody wants to cheap grab at a spot in the break. 1 in 38 box odds. Spots are live, like I said, from Tuesday. They're live on eBay. I saw a couple. Obviously, I had the ends. The jersey they hit on Delarianov. I had already gotten a placeholder bid. I didn't even see it is. I usually don't check, but sometimes I see the spot has a bid and I have to cancel that bid and end it. But Larionov was the first one in a while where I had to do that. So that spot is no longer on eBay. The other 38 spots are there right now, except for whatever hits tonight. But like I said, we got some good games going tonight. Obviously, the Sabres just got an empty net goal, I guess, to close out that one. I know Chuck had the go-ahead goal, and who got the third? Where's that? Oh, Noah Osland. This is a defenseman from Jack Quinn. So they have that. Buffalo takes a 3-1 or 2-1 series. Oh, no, is that 2-1 series lead? 2-1 series lead. Buffalo. Look at that. Close it. Thomas M. Oh, you're feeling the swords, huh? The swords with the big W tonight. You feeling it? You're feeling it. Okay, we'll do that. Thomas grabbing the the last two spots. Thank you very much, Thomas. We'll see if you can continue with your relatively warm streak. We'll do that. Okay. Very good. Very good. Appreciate it. Like I said, you got spots already, so your odds of hitting are pretty good all around. So very good. Like I said, I mean, I did see that the Swords got an empty netter, so now they up 2-1 in that series, which is huge. Huge, right? I mean, obviously, it's having the big comeback in game one, and then I told you when we got off, it was 4-0, right, on Tuesday, and they ended up getting 2 goals in the third. I mean, I didn't think that they had a chance of coming back, but they scored 4 the night before, or the game before. So, Buffalo is never a dead team right now. I mean, they're still have a lot of confidence. Walked into Boston and take game 3. That's a big win. Swim has been playing pretty good. Of course, the small little lapses, and Buffalo has kind of exploited that. But big win today by the Sabres, man. As the top seed, they're definitely representing very well. Of course, we got the Senators and the Hurricanes. So that the Sens tied it, and then they got a goal. I mean, Taylor Hall. I mean, veteran presence with Stankoven and Blake. That line has been absolutely outstanding. And that's the number 2 line for Carolina. That shows you how deep that team is. Their top line isn't really clicking yet, but that number 2 line, the top line, the Aho and the Svechnikov, and like I said, that second line is doing the damage right now. Stankoven scored the first goal in all 3 games, which is insane. Then even after Batherson, WAFFLEBOARD break legend himself, got a beautiful backhand goal to tie it. Freddie's been outstanding in net for Carolina. And then, of course, right after that, Taylor Hall had a great play, set up to Andre Miller, WAFFLEBOARD break legend again. And then he sets up Blake for a beautiful empty net goal. So a little bit of delay. No, it's okay. I got you. You got both. You got both of you on delay. That's probably it. Like I said, with the claims, you weren't forever off. Like I said, I've seen people be very off, but you were just a smidge off. And obviously you guys are so, tried and true with your claim systems. Some of you guys are so good at it that, like I said, I don't even realize. So I go back and check to see who has what, that, I realize, how close some of the claim spots are with some of you guys. So you're way better than I think I ever was. I mean, I got pretty decent at it, but wasn't as excellent as you guys. Like some of you guys, especially like Sonic and Big Al, if they were here, usually those guys were lightning fast. Some of you guys, James is real quick. Adam R's been pretty quick in the past. So like some of you guys are real good at it, but whatever your internet is, it's worth the price you pay per month. You have lightning fast internet, whatever devices you're using. But like I said, just after we have, like I said, Carolina looking to put a stranglehold on that series, up 2-1 right now, 2-0 in the series. That's got about 10 minutes left in the third, of course, and we have just a late game tonight. Kings and Abs kick off in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. So I'll be watching that as we do with some post-break stuff. I said, just to let you guys know, I want to let you know, this week I managed to snag, this is one of the coolest things we've ever had in the boxes. This is a skate worn. Obviously, they do the warm-up skates before games in the specialty jerseys. It is a Chandler Stevenson, Washington Capitals. Obviously, he was drafted by them, won the cup there, and then he also won in Vegas before moving on to Seattle. But Chandler Stevenson, it's a military salute jersey, and it's autographed by him with the COA from the Washington Capitals themselves. This is a warm-up, like obviously the skate around worn Chandler Stevenson jersey. I know a lot of times they either auction them off or give them off to charities, but they're not always end up being signed. I think a lot of times they are, but Chandler Stevenson signed Washington Capitals Adidas camo jersey. Absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait that to show up. I can't wait to show it off for you guys, but that'll be boxed up as well. So that's the first ever we've had actual, player worn or obviously skate around worn jersey, which is pretty cool. So everything else is just, obviously just the licensed jersey signed by the players. But I think, the majority of them are probably just signed on the completed jersey. And we know companies in the past that have had the actual numbers signed, and then they create the jerseys at a later date, which is a lot easier than having a stack of jerseys in front of players. But people have done it both ways for years. But I know signing numbers is what they do for most of the customs that you see across the board. They get a stack of numbers, 20, 40, 100 of them, and they get them signed, and then they just turn them into cheap customs at a later date. But like I said, at least you see the license, whether it's done, at a show or at a signing session, a lot of times they're already created for the players to sign. But those skate around jerseys is cool. Like I said, I've never even owned one for my own PC. So it was nice to see the cap. Obviously, he's won the caps as a young player, his first time when he was drafted by them, and then he moved on to Vegas where he did win the cup again. And like I said, he had some significant assists or goals, both of those cup runs. Wasn't a top line player, but he's definitely a valuable member of both teams. And then I believe he ended up with Seattle, either in the expansion or, shortly after they became a team. But Chandler Stevenson, legit NHL player, 2 cups to his name, 2 more cups than a lot of players ever had. So let's go to cool to see. I'll see the signature on that. So can't wait that shows up, and I'm going to be able to show that off for you guys. And that'll be in the next reload. Obviously, we won't be reloading until some point in time in May, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see for you guys. Just something cool to chase. So think about that. Obviously, I'll have the pictures on the Facebook page, but think about that with it's not just a regular, signed Adidas, Reebok, or Fanatics jersey. It's an actual player worn skate around signed jersey. So pretty cool. So other than that, like I said, no real delay. We'll get right to the break. Just 1 box tonight, 1 in 38 odds. We got the 14 from the reload on the shelf still, and the 24 older jerseys, well, from before April, all on the table. So let's get to going. Good luck, everybody. We'll get to our games, get to our watching games and our post-break stuff. Still 2-1 Hurricanes. About 10 minutes left. Yep, there we go. Hurricanes, I'm telling you, the Hurricanes. I'm not saying Ottawa's a bad team, but Hurricanes are just unbelievable. When your second line right now is your best line, that team could be real deadly as we get deeper into the playoffs. So we'll see how it goes. So there's our dice. Where's our list? Here we go. Very good. Very good. Okay. You know the drill. 5 or more on a die roll for our boxes here. Now 15 to 17 are the oldest. 15 is the only box that's been skipped so far. Of course, we got to hit 17 or that will be skipped in the next reload because the next reload runs 16. So there is our 14 new boxes, as well as our 10 from March. Then we have 5, 3, 4, and our final 2 boxes. So good luck, everybody. 5 or more on the dice roll. See, we got 11. Oh, boy. 11 times the list. Let's see. We got another box, another new box coming. Said 14 of 38, so it's definitely under 50% chance a new box comes out. But 24 out of 38, so that's a high chance of the last 2 runs. So we'll see how we go. 2/3 of a chance it'll be from the last 2 runs. So good luck, everybody. 11 times our list. 1, 38 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the box we're going to open tonight, 1 in 38 box odds. Who's it going to be? Box number 31. 31. Oh, 31 is not a new box. 11 times. Box 31. 11 times. Box 31. Okay. Oh, boy. 31. Let's back that out so it's not there for Sunday. 31. My boy Grant Fuhr's number. 31. Okie dokes. Okay, box 31. Let's see what we got. Okay. Box 31. Box 31. Okay. We got some goodies in here. Box 31. Okay, very good, very good. Box 31. Oh, box 31's got my sticker on it. I don't think I'll move everything down. I think I'll keep it as is. Box 31. Keep that. I'm saying. Organize that. Box 31 it is. There's my lists. See who's good. The randomizer is going to shine tonight. These have been in there. December boxes. Good luck, everybody. Box 31. What do you got? Oh, absolutely beautiful. Been a long time for this to come out. Mark Recchi, Reebok, Boston Bruins with inscriptions. Mark Recchi, 2011 Stanley Cup champ inscription. Mark Recchi, 28 JSA COA. There we go. Recchi on the Bruins. Obviously, that's where his last stop, and of course won the cup with Boston. Very, very nice. There it is. Mark Recchi, Reebok, Boston Bruins. Very, very nice. Boston Bruins with the Stanley Cup patch. Stanley Cup patch. 2011. Boston Bruins Stanley Cup patch. Reebok. There it is. MIC on the tag. Reebok. MIC. Mark Recchi, Boston Bruins. Been a long time coming on that one. Jersey's been around, obviously, 15 years. 15 years, obviously, since the Bruins won the cup. Congratulations. That goes to Daryl L. again. Man, he should go on vacation more often. Daryl L. hitting from the road. Congratulations, Daryl L. on the Recchi. Back-to-back hits for Daryl L. Congratulations. Hit the Lariano Tuesday. Hit the Recchi Thursday. He is now the player of record for a turkey shot at first box on Sunday. So if he's got boxes, if he got spots on eBay, he will have a chance at a turkey the first box on Sunday. Congratulations, Daryl. It's nice to get hot. I know I missed out in your break. I think your box is open Sunday. I'm not sure. I didn't see what date they're opening, but was not on your break. The claim yesterday, but congratulations on the Recchi and the Lariano. Good week for you, no matter where you are traveling. Congratulations. Sorry for everybody, of course, it did not hit. Your odds are now 1 in 37 and 1 in 36 on Sunday. So get your bids in at your leisure. Enjoy the games the rest of the night tomorrow, Saturday, and we'll be back here on Sunday. Enjoy the draft if you're turned it off. If you turn it back on, enjoy that the rest of the evening as well. First round tonight, and then, of course, the second tomorrow, or second and third tomorrow. Not sure how to do it. I know it's going to be over the rest of the weekend as well. So congratulations, Daryl. Nice to be on a heater. You're definitely on a heater now. Back-to-back hits. Looking to see what happens on Thursday. So thank you much, everybody. Waffleboard breaks is out tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night and the next couple of nights of games. Take care, guys.